All right, people, you're in the building on the weekly Lamont and Larry Life Game Avengers stock game plan, where we give you the strategy for what you should be looking at in the week coming. Of course, the good brother, the living legend Larry, who, ladies and gentlemen, he's volunteering his time. I didn't say, Larry, you got to join me on Sunday. He said, I want to be there. I want to come talk these stocks with you. And ladies and gentlemen, he showed up for the second week. And if you listened to us last week, Larry, and you got that Neo on Monday and sold by Tuesday, you made yourself some money.
Yeah, you did.
My brother Larry, how you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. I feel like I've been looking at a few things, and I feel like I've found a few winners out there. One of them, which both of us are looking forward to, on their direct listing IPO this coming week. I think that one I'm excited about. I know you are, and there it is right there. So yeah, we are both looking forward to Roadblocks. There's a couple other ones I have on my list that I'm eyeballing. So we'll see.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you the opening salvo for why we do this. There's a lot of news that tends to come out Friday and the weekend that you can use to your advantage Monday in the opening week of the stock market. Now, this week, in observance of Martin Luther King, stock market is closed on Monday. We need a day of rest to celebrate some of the accomplishments that man did and sacrifice of his life. But on Tuesday, when the markets are rolling, we want you guys to have this game plan prepared. It gives you time to go and do some research on the individual companies, make sure they line up with your risk tolerance. And we have a few that we want to talk about. And I'm going to just go back to this roadblock that Larry talked about. Now, Larry turned me on the roadblock. I completely had forgot they was having an IPO. Now, here's the conflicting information, ladies and gentlemen. There are news sources saying that it's coming out this week on Tuesday, but then there are news sources saying that it's coming out on February. Either way, we dropped the statistic Friday on our last live stream. If you are 9 to 12 years old, this company has 2/3 of the United States children 9 to 12 on their platform. Their revenues are sky high, and it's only growing because they're innovating to capture those same people as they become teenagers. Larry, where do you see this stock starting out as a price, and where do you see it ending by the end of the year? Because to me, this is kind of like Google for children in the gaming world.
I'm hoping, and this is probably just a lot of wishful thinking. I'm hoping that it comes in at maybe like $20 or something like that. But unfortunately, I think it's probably going to come in probably like twice that.
And see, I'm giving the range, Larry, of $25 to $50, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, I think it's going to come in closer to I think it's going to come in closer to 50. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes in at like 42, 48, and then it's just going to go up from there.
I don't know, man, because all the other direct listing tech companies, they came in less than $20. Palantir was less than $10.
I hope it does. If it comes in at less than $10, if it comes in at like $8, I'm buying a couple blocks. So
hey, look, man, if it comes in anything 15 and less, I'm buying at least 200 shares so that I can sell some and get that run up.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, that's what I originally was thinking. If it came in at like $20 or something, I was gonna buy at least 100 shares. But if it comes in at like $10 or something like that, and you're right, maybe even if it comes in at like $15, maybe I'll just buy 200 shares, and then when it runs up, I'll just sell 100 and hold the other 100.
Exactly. So, now, if it does, if it comes in at $10, I might go ahead and get 300. Right. But it's definitely going to have a run up. And with that run up, you want to go ahead and capture some of your profit right on back and then just sit on the rest, because I do believe in this one, Larry. This one is a long-term play for me. The key here is buying enough shares so that you can capture some of the run up and be able to tuck some in your back pocket.
Yeah, I mean, if I get 200 shares and then it doubles on that, later in the day, that's fantastic. I can dump it. I can dump half my position, and the rest of it is just free shares.
Exactly.
You
That's what
know?
we're talking about. So, ladies and gentlemen, definitely, if they go on ahead and decide to drop that stop, we want you guys to go ahead and be aware to jump all over that one. One of the biggest players in the gaming industry for kids, and we see long-term potential, short-term potential, intermediate potential, north, south, east, west potential. Anything that has potential, we see it with this stock, and you definitely want to jump on it. And
Yeah.
there are two others we want you to keep an eye on that already came out as IPOs this past week. And now I'm gonna flip to my Robinhood screen so you guys can take a look. And here's two more. One more that Larry turned me on to that I had we talked about it and I forgot about it because in our stock marketing group and organization, Larry is the one responsible for the IPOs. The only one I'm keeping up with is the Robinhood. So Affirm, ladies and gentlemen, this stock came out this past week, and it started out at $90. It peaked right at 131, and then it came back down to earth right around 111. Now, me and Larry, we're very, very bullish on this stock. Now, in case you don't know what they do, let me click on down here and read it to you. Affirm Holdings operates platform for digital and mobile first commerce. So they're in the commerce area like a Shopify. Think of Shopify. Think of all those companies that do that type of commerce. It offers integrated checkout, virtual card, split pay, Affirm app in the marketplace, and savings account. So what they honestly break it down, what they do, they are a competitor to credit cards for e-commerce. In a nutshell, they're basically a PayPal, only they're doing it for e-commerce companies, and everybody is moving to e-commerce. Target, Walmart, everybody's doing that. So Larry, I'm telling people that this is going to be a good buy if it can come back down to $100. What are your thoughts on the firm? Because it's got long-term legs too.
I'll be honest with you, man. I was thinking that I was going to wait for it to come down, but I'm not sure I am. I think I might just grab some now because, to be honest with you, I think that the next time the market has a run up, this is going to be one of those stocks I think that's going to explode.
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. And I've been watching all the stocks in that kind of e-commerce. This is more of a fintech. And if you don't know what fintech stands for, ladies and gentlemen, financial tech. This is more of a fintech stock. And I've been watching them. And Larry, they've been growing like weeds in Louisiana. Cash App, PayPal, Square. Larry, they're all like $200 right now. And if you are a credit card company, this thing right here, Affirm, should scare the hell out of you. I mean, literally. Now, Larry's willing to dive in at 115. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying that's a bad price. That's a smart price because I see it going to 200. It's going to catch up with PayPal. But for me, I want to see it get to 100 or less. And it might not get there. And if it doesn't, then I'll just buy calls on it. As a matter of fact, I'm considering buying calls the minute Robinhood allows that stock to be bought for calls. So that's me and Larry's play on that one. We're big into Affirm. And here's one more that you might have missed this week. And let me get back to the Robinhood screen here. Larry brought this one up. And this is a good buy too. And we're talking about Petco, health and wellness, food and health supplies for your pets. This came online this week as well. And it started out right here at the abysmal $26, spiked all the way up to a high of about $30. Oh, let me go ahead and click that share. Let's see here. My bad.
No problem, man. So
I didn't mean to leave y'all out there hanging. I thought y'all could see it. All right.
There we go.
Okay, yeah. Petco started out at right around $26 is where it opened. Then it peaked out right here at about $30.70, took a dip, came down, went to about $29.30, and then it just fell right on off the floor down to $27. We believe in this one too. Their competitor is Chewy. And whenever you see these type of stocks, ladies and gentlemen, you're doing your research, compare them to the other people in their space. And when you do that, as long as their numbers add up, this is the way you can gauge how that stock is going to do. Their competitor is Chewy, and Chewy ended the day at $107. Whew.
Yeah.
And they have a 75% buy rating. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you right now, Petco sitting at $27.40 is a huge discount because they have something Chewy doesn't have. Petco has brick and mortar stores as well as the online push. So that's another asset they get to add to the books. But at the same time, even though they have that asset to add to the books, that's more debt. But they've been around longer, and their new online services I've been reading is becoming more robust. If you want to get in on something that is a discount, and you just seen their major competitor, this is the stock you need to jump on right here. Larry, how you feeling about Petco?
Yeah, that's another one. I'll be honest with you, because of some of these stocks I've been checking out lately, like Affirm and Petco, I'm honestly hoping, I'm kind of hoping that that Roblox doesn't go until February. What? Because I actually want to get in on some of these now, because I think Petco, I was looking at Petco and kind of waiting for Petco, and I assumed that I was not going to be able to afford to get in on Petco. I just assumed that it was going to be one of those stocks that was going to come in at like $60 and then jump up to like $150 or something, and I wasn't going to be able to get a whole lot of it. But I'm thinking now, maybe I should just go ahead and grab some now, because I honestly believe that stock is gonna run up. There's a couple of them I think they're going to run up on the next time the market really picks up. I think Petco's going. I think that Affirm is going to run up. I think that soon as things start to open back up again, we'll probably see Airbnb run up, and their stock is, I don't think it's really done much since their IPO.
And I'm gonna tell you why, Larry, because it went IPO versus direct listing. I mean, nobody wants to pay 150 plus on that stock, even though their business model is good. And from the things we've talked about that I got my hands in potentially, I know that business model like the back of my hand. And that business model is great, very low debt. They don't have to do a lot of advertising. It's pretty much revenue on top of revenue.
Right.
But you can't, it's kind of like, when do you want your cash grab? Do you want it up front, or do you want the slow burn on the back end? When you get the IPO, the cash grab is all up front for the insiders, for the private equity people that invested in the company. And that's what they got out of the Airbnb thing. I still believe in Airbnb, Larry. I mean, Airbnb is not going anywhere. If anything, it's going to continue to grow. But it's hard for people to swallow $150 for one stock that just came out, and they haven't really seen a huge decline. So, but I believe in them. That's a long-term stock. That stock could one day be the competitor in their group, ladies and gentlemen. I told Larry this, is Booking Holdings. Booking Holdings is $2,000 and some odd stock, and that's on the low end because they're struggling with COVID.
Yeah.
So it definitely has potential. It's just, do you want to fork over that kind of money to get them? But I do believe in them. So if that's something you're looking at, Airbnb, and you want to make a play for it, make a play for it. That's going to be a great long-term hold. Yeah. But it's a little rich for our blood when we've got our eyes on all these other things that we can see that have growth up to what Airbnb is now. We see stuff that we can buy on a discount that can grow up to 150 on its way higher.
Yeah.
So Larry, I wanted, before we start digging into the ones that you got on your list to take a look at, I want to talk about some plays that are going to be big, because this week Joe Biden is going to be inaugurated as our next president.
That's right.
We know what he stands for. Joe Biden is all about renewable energy. He's all about sustainable energy, and that's a huge play for a large group of individuals. He's a tech guy. Joe Biden believes in science. He listens to his science, and he sees that there's a huge push for those type of stocks. But there's something else he's going to spend money on. It's called infrastructure. And I haven't really seen many people talking about infrastructure stocks. So I've got a list of great tech stocks as well as infrastructure stocks that you guys should be taking a look at, as well as I got 7 good stocks to look at that are under $15. So we'll start with that list first, Larry. Let's start.
That's right up my alley.
Yeah, I know. I did it for you, especially. So here's 7 good ones under $15. You got Credit Suisse. And with everything that's been going on, from credit breaches to people paying down credit card debt, this company has kind of been held back in the last year. And the reason why all these are basically arranged on the same list is because on the tail end of last year, their earnings all came in above what we thought they would be, considering that a lot of these were impacted by coronavirus. The next one on the list is Kinross Gold. It's basically a buy. The competitor in its space is something called Barrick Gold. And for those of you, we've had this discussion before. Instead of going out buying physical gold that you have to secure yourself, hold it at home somewhere, put it in a safe and pay for that, you can buy companies that mine the gold, secure it and hold it for you. And then if you need to get out the stock, instead of having to go put it up on sale somewhere, boom, you just sell your stock, you out of it. And a lot of people have always for eternity used gold as a hedge against inflation. And for those that kind of hate the government, they're using gold, and they're also using cryptocurrency. Me and Larry both is kind of old school, so we lean more toward gold. So that's a good discount when you can get your hands on. Bridgewater Bank shares. Banks, we're all saying it's going to have a rebound this year. That place is no different. Now, here is one that me and Larry looked at last week, and I told Larry I believe in their new CEO. That's Ford right there, Larry. That's Ford right there, Larry. And I told Larry I bought a call on that Ford, and the call lasts until 2022. My call expires January 2022, and I bought the call at $7, and their stock is almost 10 already. And that new Mustang drops this year. They've got a new CEO who's all about electrifying America, and they're getting ready to drop the new electric Bronco, ladies and gentlemen, and they pay a dividend. For the price of Ford being basically $10 and less, it doesn't hurt to have 2025 shares just sitting there and you put it away. And if you don't want to own it, buy the call. I bought a call that lasts till next year for $250. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Hewlett and Packard. Y'all might know them from computers. Well, they're trying to make a huge push, not only with their computers, but Larry, with the 5G tech. And it's a race for everybody to get into that 5G and have the best working devices. And Hewlett and Packard, whose numbers really weren't that bad, it's just that they haven't been in the news much. They have made some great strides into the 5G. That's when you take a look at ADT, the security company. Everybody has their new door technology. Well, ADT is coming out with one that's going to be the first 5G door technology. And they're changing up their game plan in terms of monthly contracts and all that, because the consumer has basically told them we're not feeling that. So now they're going to be looking at getting more into along the lines of what Amazon is doing with home house security. So ADT is another one, and Interface is another really, really decent one who really didn't suffer any revenue drops last year, except for that one little first period with coronavirus, who is poised to make a huge comeback. Of all these, Larry, which two are more favorable to you? I know Ford is very favorable to you, but what are the other ones?
Yeah, I own Ford actually. To be honest, I mean, I would have to look at. I like computer companies, obviously, but I have to look at HP, because I always think of HP as strictly a computer company. I just don't feel like there's a whole lot of movement in the hardware sector of that. So I'd have to see what else they plan on doing with it. But this Bridgewater Bank shares looks interesting, and Credit Suisse actually I think might be doing something. I'm actually sort of looking forward to seeing what some of the financials are going to do this coming year, because I think I just think there's going to be a lot more movement as COVID starts to, not that it's going to wind down because it's going to be with us forever, but as we start to get more vaccines online and people start to feel like they can get back to normal, I think there's going to be a lot of movement. And I think a lot of the people that are of means are going to be people that are probably getting the vaccine earlier. So they're going to be out there more so than other folks. So
you got that right, man. But ladies and gentlemen, those are some good plays. Monday morning quarterbacking, you can take a day and look at, figure out which one fits your risk tolerance. All of them are going to grow in 2021. But
yeah, I think I might pick up some more Ford.
How many shares you got of Ford right now?
I don't have that many. I think I only have 40 or 50. So I think I might just grab enough to have a full block.
Or you can buy a call and just sit on it like I did. Go
ahead.
No, I was just saying. As a matter of fact, let me show it to you because I'm one who likes to show people. I don't be playing about this stuff when I tell you I do something because I want you guys to see it. So if you go down in here in my portfolio, for those of you that are still following calls, over here on the right, they arrange your calls, Larry, based on the expiration date. So on the bottom is my Ford, and you see $7 call. I can't make this stuff up. I got a $7 call on Ford. It's $9.83, and you see that expiration date 1/21/22.
Yeah,
cost me $247. I'm up $93 right now as we speak.
I like it.
I'm telling you, can't beat it, man. Ford, Larry, I see Ford easily doubling because
so when you get out of it,
my threshold usually is when my money doubles itself. So if this thing was to be in the good $500, I would normally say jump out and take your money. But because this stock is not a pricey stock, I'm going to just hang on in there. I'm not jumping out this ship unless it looks like the waters are about to go down a wormhole. Not jumping out. I'm going to stay in this one all the way almost to the end because I don't see Ford going backwards. They're dropping news that they're going to be trying to electrify the F-150 because they want to go head to head with Tesla. And this new CEO, he's bright, he's smart, and he's a gunslinger. And I use that term loosely. He's a gunslinger. Right. He wants to go head to head. I like the new CEO, man. I like where he's going. And if I like a CEO, they tend to do well. So, folks, I'm telling you, jump on the Ford. Definitely.
Okay.
Get on that Ford. So that's not the only thing that's making news, Larry. We also have some health and biotechnical stocks. And the three really, two of them made the list, but the three that I really want you guys to take a look at is Moderna and Abbott Labs. I don't know if anyone knows this, but Larry, worldwide, guess who supplies 75% of all coronavirus tests?
I'm assuming Abbott Labs.
Abbott Labs. Guess who just got a coronavirus test today via Abbott Labs?
You.
Me, yes. So look at what the company's is poised to do.
Was it a fast one, or do you have to wait a few days?
You got to. They say 24 to 48 hours, but it's. They said if you have access to the My Chart, which I do, you might can get it by midnight.
Okay.
So at a company level, Moderna and Abbott Laboratories are two to watch. Moderna, which developed a vaccine for COVID-19, is forecast to record revenues $293 million, an increase of nearly 2,000%. Now, ladies and gentlemen, most stocks move on a revenue increase of 20%. But 2,000 compared to 14.1 million a year ago. My God. While Abbott Labs is expecting to report revenues of 9.4 billion, beating last year's 8.31 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, those are two stocks you can jump on and ride these bad boys out through the whole year And the third one that they didn't post on the list that I own 50 shares of is Johnson & Johnson. One of my favorite stocks because they're well diversified, not only in health, but they make Pampers, they make Band-Aids, they do syringes, they do it all, and they pay a pretty good dividend.
Right.
They are getting ready to come out with their vaccine that is one shot and you're done.
Yeah, that's going to be a big deal. I'm trying to figure out what the efficacy rate is because they were saying that I think the Johnson & Johnson one was a little bit lower, whereas you're
right. They were saying Johnson & Johnson was 88%.
Yeah.
I mean, that still ain't bad.
It's not bad, but there's going to be a lot of people that are thinking, I don't know, man, if I can get the Moderna one at 95 versus 88. I mean, I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but if someone told me you can go 88 or 95, I'll be like, I'll take the 95 and come back for my second dose. And that's because when you look at the Moderna and Pfizer vaccines, they're saying you're getting like 90% efficacy with one shot. And then you get that booster for the extra 5%. So part of me wonders.
No. They said you're not full efficacy until you get that second shot.
Okay.
And believe me, I'll tell you.
No, you're not full efficacy, but they were saying the one shot gets you to like 90, and then the second shot's only boosting you up like another 5%.
No, that's not how I interpret it. And I even know people who got the first shot and then got coronavirus. And then if that happens, you can't get that second booster until your quarantine is up. And that's not to say you don't get it, ladies and gentlemen. That's not to say you don't get it. You still get it because you want to protect yourself against getting it, period. But there's room for this extra shot that Johnson & Johnson's doing, because if you are someone who doesn't have pre-existing conditions, you're on the back of the line. I mean, you're still waiting. When this comes out, it's going to be enough vaccine for everybody to go around theirs. You don't have to put in cold conditions. You don't have to store it in Antarctica. Nothing like that. It's stored just like a regular vaccine. Right. So put that on your list of other wellness, health, biotech modalities to invest in. And of all the three, the one who has the best track record, honestly, is Johnson & Johnson, and they pay the biggest dividend, and their stock grows. Their stock consistently grows, where Moderna and Abbott Labs tend to kind of, they wave and waver a little bit. Johnson & Johnson is consistent. So pick the one that gives you the best risk tolerance as an individual. And Larry, I got one more to talk about that has just been a buzz dealing with the EVs. And you know which one. It's been red hot since me and you bought it. I'm talking about Plug. Oh my good Lord, Plug. Now, here's the issue with Plug, Larry.
Man, I wish I would have kept my Plug stock. I sold it, but I wish I would have kept. I still have my Blink though.
Yeah. Here's the issue with Plug, and ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be wrapping this thing up. When we do these on the weekend, the game plan, we want to keep them short, exciting, and we want to keep your attention span so that you don't zone out and you miss all the information. But the Bulls are saying, and if you didn't know what they do, basically Plug deals with hydrogen energy, and they make lifts. And look at who two of their predominant customers are: Amazon, Walmart, and also Home Depot, because they put the materials inside of their trucks and their lifts. And it says here, over the past year, the pace of growth has continued to improve, and you guys have seen what the stock has done. The company recently raised its full-year billing guidance after reporting quarterly growth of 73% in quarter 3 and 68% in quarter 2. Its material building business, which has a potential total addressable market of around $30 billion, is dwarfed by that of electric vehicles, boasting a potential market of $200 billion. So the need to make a meaningful push in the EV is clear. And that's where they're struggling with, Larry, because they have the foundation and the material to move into EV, but like I said, their main background is hydrogen. So what a lot of people who are making the bear case is saying with Plug having had such a tremendous run up, because at one point in time last year, Larry, Plug was $1.50.
That's crazy.
Let me say that
That's
again.
crazy.
Plug was $1.50. And now they're where they're at now. And so
Man.
I'm also in the case of, I've heard the rumor that Walmart and Amazon are thinking about ending the contract with them because their contract renewal is this year. Because the things that Plug does for them, Walmart and Amazon are thinking about doing it on their own. I know for sure Amazon is going to do it. I mean, Amazon pretty much is doing everything in-house anyway now.
Right.
Walmart, who's tried to compete with Amazon in the online space, has started doing a lot of their own in-housing. So for me, if you've been in this stock since it was $20 or less, I'm saying pull some of your profit, take some off the top, and invest it somewhere else, because it is at an all-time high. Not to say it can't get any higher, but nobody goes broke taking profits. Nobody. And with them possibly not renewing with Amazon and Walmart, and they're trying to get into the EV space and haven't really made the transition yet, take a little bit of your profits, but retain some of your holdings with them so that if they keep growing, you can capture the growth. But in a more likely scenario, they take a dip for a few months, you've captured a good majority of the profit.
Yeah.
So which ones you want to take a look at, Larry, before we get out of here?
Let's see. One of them, what do I do with my, here's one. It's Churchill Capital Corp. It's CCIV.
Okay, let me jump on back in here. See what we're working with. You said CCIV. Okay, Churchill Capital. They getting ready to do the SPAC, right?
Yeah, they're about to. There's talks that they might merge with Lucid Motors.
And they got. I like that. Have you seen the Lucid Motors car?
I have, man. I like it a lot.
I do too. Let's see here. Let's look at their history, man. Let's see here. Okay, they came online October 20. And in the last year, they gained 80%. That's a lot of money. 3 months, they went up 90%. And in the last month, they went up 84%. So, I mean, here's the deal with blank check company, people. Let me show you this right here. When you get down here, they're not even listening to their employees because that runs people away. In essence, people, all blank check companies do, they raise funds through the stock market so they can go and help another company get into the marketplace, stock marketplace, and help them raise funds to build their business. And so when you hear the term SPAC or you hear IV merger, that's what they're doing. It's just that I've told Larry, I just have a hard time putting money on blank check companies because there's no accountability to anything.
Yeah, me too.
Larry has said this now. Now it's not like me and Larry haven't bet on blank check companies before, because we have. But whenever we do, ladies and gentlemen, it's always for a small, short-term window. Short-term window. So if you're going to bet on these companies, you need to know something and you need to do something quick. Know something, do something. Don't be hanging around these companies for years and years on end. Get in, get out. So for the sake of Lucid Air, Larry and me are talking about buying just a handful of shares to see the momentum of the stock. Because Lucid Air has probably the prettiest EV car next to Tesla you're going to find out there.
It is nice.
It's a very, very nice car. And I believe in them too. And you guys have seen last year, anything in the EV space is hot. So that's why everybody's doing a SPAC for EVs, because they're so hot. So we'll see what happens, man.
Check out RBC.
Oh man. So you do know that PNC Bank used to be RBC, Royal Bank of Canada. And so what's the ticker? RBC?
Yeah, RBC.
Oh no, that's not RBC Bank. That is Rigo Beloy. I got to work on my French. Let's see what they're working with. Let's go here. Always check that 5-year history, people. Good God Almighty! What in the world? In 5 years, they're up 146%, and in a year, they're up 55%. Last 3 months, they've done 33%. In a month, they've done 18%. In a week, okay, I mean, now we're coming back to earth, but I mean, you've had a run up in a year, man. So in terms of a stock, it's a solid company, but let's just see what they do. Engage in the manufacture of electric motors, electrical motion control, power generation, and power transmission products. It operates through the following segments: commercial and industrial systems, climate solution, and power transmission solutions. Now, let me see here. And ladies and gentlemen, their buy rating is 78. And if you come down here to where my earnings are, this is one of the other things I checked too. Their estimated earnings was somewhere around $1.25, and they beat that and went $1.75. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a buy tomorrow type of company right now. When I say right now, this is a buy tomorrow. Their price to earnings is 31. And whenever you're checking stock companies, you always want that price to earnings as low as possible. And 31 is pretty decently low because those numbers can go up to 1,000 and change. Tesla's is 1,000 and something, and it's hard to evaluate them because people evaluate them as a car company when they are more than a car company. But yeah, I love that price to earnings. They are a large cap. They're 5.3 billion. You can't go wrong with this one. This is one you can buy long term and hold, or this is one you can buy a call on. And as a matter of fact, before we get out of here on this one, let me check what the call numbers look like, because I might be putting in a call. Let's see, they only go by the month. And to buy a call, and if I want to get in on a strike price of 135, it's going to cost me $600. But we just seen that if you give this company, I'm going to go back a month. You give the company a month, you're looking at possibly up to a 15% gain. And if you go back 3 months, 33%. So if you do the math on that, you're averaging at least an 11% gain each month. And if you want to be conservative, you could say you're going to get a 10% gain at the very least in the next 3 months. And you can bank on that. You can take that to the bank. So
yeah, that's the one. That was the one I was saying that I think might be my call. I might do a call on that one. So we'll see.
Hey, I'm about that life. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the game plan for stocks that we're looking at right now. And that's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe. Me and Larry are about to go jump over there on our big brother, Brandon B. Avery, Just My Opinions video. We will continue to bring you guys the Monday morning stock game plan every Sunday, as long as my daughter allows me to do it. Because sometimes on Sunday she wants daddy to be in her face. So
your
chat
overlord.
With me. Yeah, that's my overlord. Send me your requests on Instagram with different things you're looking at. And until that next Sex is Hell video, I'll see you.
Peace.
Peace.